Hello everyone, my name is Chris. I'm with the Ink from West Chicago. And the title of my poem is Will of the Wispy Death. Death is torn ear to ear by his malicious smile due to the field day he's been on for a while, brought to him by the kings and queens of the vile, that's us. Earth, I'm talking Europe, Asia, the USA, when we all started killing ourselves with our own pay, creating more demons for ourselves to slay. I don't smoke, but every day I see her, my mother, since the 6th grade, a smoker, inch closer to rolling over and croaking. She sits in the home she keeps for us kids, cooking dinners, making beds, all the while she Virginia Slims her life down to nothing, and I find it very thought-invoking that there's an industry that is choking every last cent and breath out of my mother, and my father, and my father's father, and my mother's father. Oh, brother, why do I even bother? Every day, they spiral farther, like some causeless martyr. If they could only have been smarter before turning the key on the starter of the machine that will be their slaughter. If they could have only have been smarter. They still tell me that kids down drinks until their speech begins to slur, and others stab needles that make the lines of morality, reality, and insanity blur. I thought me and my friends were fine with the education they had burned into our skulls until her addiction reared its ugly head, took a drag and started speaking for her. She was my friend, an idol, a role model, and an LTAB poet who stood on a stage not unlike this, spinning a tale reminiscent of a trance or a trip. Is that not absurd? It seemed to me that for the longest time the truth had been obscured, and all the conclusions that I had inferred were bunk. The pot had been stirred. They're going to sell and sell and sell and hope that you are insured. And she showed me that no one is secure. She must have been lured. They must have been lured, because I remember on a trip to Poland, I saw a boy, and he could not have been older than 7. And I couldn't have been older than 7. But he, too, exhaled that same cloud of a wispy death on this school ground, no less, sitting, smiling, on that silver, slightly sunken slide, with sinister, skiving sons of smokers standing by inside. Childhood playgrounds, in a sense, are the pinnacle of innocence. Captured by that same wispy reaper as a source of power, it's a tradition what any child may unwillfully witness, what some of this world won't relinquish. Embedded into our very culture is that you hurt and torture, you and your children too. And I hope we can start to learn how to stop addictions before they've begun. And if there's any of you out there fighting, I hope a bell has rung. I do not mean to seem mighty or high-strung, but I need you to fight through it, because you are worth it to someone. And maybe I can, and maybe I can't resist those same lures, but I can't lose that final reserved birthright of a deep farewell breath, or else in my end there will be nothing left but the fulfilled will of the wispy death.